His mother got in the car. He was on the phone talking about somebody to something. And then he said to his mother, yo, didn't I tell you to stay out my MF business? Yo, I want to snatch the fucking shadow off him. I said, boy, who you talking to? I said, if you ever talk to your mother like that again, around me, I'm gonna beat the shit out you.
The drama surrounding Sean Diddy Combs and his family has taken a jaw-dropping twist. One so shocking, it feels like it's ripped straight out of a high-stakes Hollywood blockbuster. But let's be clear, this isn't fiction, it's real life. And right at the center of this unfolding chaos is none other than Diddy's own mother, Janice Combs. The whispers are relentless, suggesting that the woman who raised him, defended him publicly, and stood by him through thick and thin might actually be orchestrating his downfall behind the scenes. The burning question: how far would someone go to control a fortune worth hundreds of millions? If the rumors are true, the answer is horrifyingly far, even to the point of betraying their own blood. Let's roll back the tape. For years, Diddy's family has been portrayed as tight-knit and unbreakable, a picture-perfect clan that flaunted their unity on red carpets and private yachts. Janice Combs, the proud matriarch, was always right there, supporting her son as he built his empire spanning music, fashion, and entertainment. To the outside world, they were untouchable. But now, with Diddy sitting in a Brooklyn detention center, awaiting trial on explosive charges that could erase his legacy, the cracks in this seemingly solid family are starting to show. And the deepest, most shocking crack of all, the whispers that Janice herself might be feeding federal investigators the ammunition they need, leaking key details to ensure her son, and perhaps even her grandchildren, stay behind bars for good. Sources close to the situation are now alleging a shocking betrayal. Janice Combs, Diddy's own mother, has been quietly cooperating with investigators. The whispers are chilling. Claims that she's feeding them inside information about Diddy's private lifestyle and the alleged activities tied to his infamous, extravagant parties. If true, this could be one of the most stunning betrayals in the world of celebrity scandals. Rumor has it that Janice sees Diddy's mounting legal troubles as her golden ticket to secure control over his massive fortune, estimated to be worth over $400 million. The logic? With Diddy out of the way, his wealth could fall into her hands, money that might otherwise be eaten up by endless legal battles and settlements. It's a jaw-dropping twist that recasts Janice not as the supportive mother Diddy has always presented her to be, but as a cold, calculating figure willing to sacrifice her son for financial gain. This isn't entirely out of left field either. Janice has publicly stood by Diddy for years, yes, but those who know the family well claim that, behind closed doors, her frustrations with his reckless decisions have been simmering for a long time. From his headline-grabbing controversies to the lawsuits now piling up, sources say Janice has seen enough. Reports have emerged suggesting that Janice Combs has been noticeably distant from Diddy's legal team, raising more than a few eyebrows. She's allegedly refusing to join strategy meetings or appear in court to support her son. But here's the kicker. She's been spotted at exclusive dinners with individuals rumored to have ties to the investigation. Coincidence? Maybe. But when you start connecting the dots, the picture gets murkier. The drama doesn't stop there. Word on the street is that tensions between Janice and Diddy's children are reaching a boiling point, with the family seemingly split down the middle. At the center of this power struggle is Christian King Combs, Diddy's youngest son, and the self-declared heir to the family empire. King has reportedly been trying to unite the family in support of his father, but Janice isn't having it. Insiders claim she's brushed off King's efforts, focusing instead on what some suspect is her ultimate goal, positioning herself as the sole authority over the Combs dynasty. The family conflict has allegedly sparked explosive arguments. King has reportedly accused Janice of betraying the family for her own gain, calling out her actions as selfish and damaging to their legacy. Heated words and fractured bonds are becoming the norm in what was once portrayed as a tightly knit family. And here's the unsettling part. Those whispers about Janice feeding investigators intel, they're not just idle gossip. Sources suggest she's been providing detailed information about Diddy's infamous parties, information so specific that only someone from his closest circle could have known it. These infamous parties, once celebrated as the pinnacle of luxury and extravagance, are now at the very heart of the accusations swirling around Diddy. Insiders claim that Janice holds critical knowledge about these events, details on who attended, what went on behind those gilded doors, and, most damning of all, where potentially incriminating evidence could be stashed. If these allegations hold water, Janice's intel could be the smoking gun investigators have been waiting for to solidify their case against Diddy. And if Janice truly is the source of this damning information, it might explain how the investigation has gained such significant momentum in such a short span of time. But here's the haunting question. Why would a mother do this to her own child? Speculation runs wild. Some close to the family suggest Janice's actions stem from far more than greed. They argue that her motivations are deeply personal, a mix of lingering resentment, disappointment, and an overpowering need to regain control. For years, Janice reportedly stood by, biting her tongue as Diddy's lifestyle spiraled into unchecked indulgence. She allegedly disapproved of the extravagant parties, the endless entourage, and the questionable characters that seemed to orbit her son. Could this be her breaking point? Perhaps, in her mind, this is her way of reclaiming the power she believes was stripped from her, a chance to reset the narrative and take the reins. Others, however, have a much darker perspective. They paint Janice as a cold, calculated figure who sees her son's downfall not as tragedy, but as an opportunity. They suggest her betrayal is a means to an end, a meticulously planned move to secure her own future at the expense of her family. The timing of these rumors couldn't be worse for Diddy's children, who are already grappling with their own legal troubles. Christian and Justin Combs in particular have found themselves under intense scrutiny as new allegations begin to surface. And insiders claim that Janice has done little, if anything, to support her grandchildren during this tumultuous time. This lack of solidarity has only added fuel to the fire, leading many to question whether Janice's priorities lie in protecting her family or safeguarding her own interests. It's a stark departure from the tightly knit image the Combs family has worked so hard to maintain. Publicly, they've always portrayed themselves as a unit, unbreakable, united through thick and thin. But these cracks in their foundation raise troubling questions about what's really happening behind the scenes. What's even more unsettling are whispers that Janice has been quietly encouraging investigators to dig deeper into Diddy's children, especially Christian. Some speculate that she's using them as leverage in her larger scheme, hoping the added pressure will back Diddy into a corner, forcing him to cooperate or even plead guilty. If true, this paints a chilling picture of a matriarch willing to sacrifice not just her son, but her grandchildren, all in the pursuit of securing her own financial future. The very idea is staggering, the kind of betrayal that could leave wounds too deep for the family to ever fully recover from. This isn't just about legal troubles or financial scheming. This is about trust being shattered at its core. The implications of such actions could ripple through the Combs family for generations to come, leaving scars far beyond the courtroom drama. And yet, despite the mounting rumors and growing suspicion, Janice continues to present herself as the devoted mother, the supportive matriarch who's only trying to do what's best for her family. In public, Janice Combs has spoken passionately about her love for her son and her belief in his innocence. But behind the scenes, insiders paint a very different picture. The whispers about her alleged involvement with investigators, her rumored attempts to undermine her own grandchildren, and her increasing detachment from Diddy's legal team suggest a woman playing a dangerous game on both sides. Whether her motivations stem from anger, disappointment, or sheer greed, one thing is undeniable. Janice Combs is a force to be reckoned with, and her actions could carry devastating consequences for the entire family. The fallout from this suspected betrayal is already reverberating through the family. Diddy's children, who initially stood by their father with unwavering support, are reportedly starting to question whether their grandmother truly has their best interests at heart. King Combs, in particular, is said to be deeply shaken by the rumors. To him, it feels like the foundation of the family is collapsing under the weight of distrust and manipulation. The once unshakable bond that united Diddy, his mother, and his children now hangs precariously by a thread. The family, long viewed as a symbol of resilience and loyalty, faces an uncertain future, riddled with allegations of betrayal and the strain of their darkest secrets coming to light. As the investigation intensifies and the allegations against Diddy grow more serious, the cracks in the Combs family only deepen. The possibility of reconciliation seems increasingly out of reach, leaving the family to grapple with whether their relationships can ever be repaired. What happens next could redefine everything for Diddy, his children, and the legacy they've spent decades building. But one haunting question lingers. In a family torn apart by betrayal, who is left to trust? The downfall of Sean Diddy Combs hasn't just fractured his family. It's sent shockwaves rippling across the entire entertainment industry. An empire that once seemed untouchable is now crumbling under the weight of scandal, deception, and mounting legal woes. Yet, here's the real twist. This isn't just about Diddy anymore. His sons, Christian King Combs and Justin Combs, are now caught in the crossfire. Accusations and rumors are swirling around them, circling like vultures sensing weakness, threatening to drag them deeper into the chaos. And while Diddy sits in a frigid Brooklyn detention cell, awaiting his day in court, his sons are facing battles of their own. What secrets lie hidden in the shadows of the Combs empire? Could their alleged involvement hint at an even darker chapter in this already jaw-dropping saga? Let's start with Christian, better known to the world as King Combs. On the surface, King has always been the golden child, the heir to Diddy's throne. Following in his father's footsteps, he's carved out a reputation as both a rapper and a social media powerhouse. From glitzy photo shoots to private jets and impeccably tailored designer suits, King has embodied the lifestyle of a young mogul. King has spent years basking in the spotlight, flaunting the wealth, privilege, and influence that comes with being Diddy's son. But now, the shimmering facade is starting to crumble. Allegations swirling around King threaten to dismantle the image he's carefully cultivated, and they're nothing short of explosive. According to insiders, King's name has been tied to some of the most unsettling claims linked to his father's controversial lifestyle. Sources allege that King has not only attended, but may have actively participated in the extravagant, high-profile events that have placed Diddy under intense scrutiny. And if the whispers hold any truth, King's involvement in these gatherings could be far more significant than anyone imagined. One particularly damning claim stems from a lawsuit filed earlier this year by a woman who says she was mistreated during a yacht party in December 2022. This wasn't just any party. It was reportedly chartered by Diddy himself and billed as a family-friendly affair. But according to the lawsuit, what unfolded was anything but wholesome. The plaintiff alleges that King Combs singled her out during the event, pressuring her into uncomfortable situations and even cornering her in a private room. The accusations don't stop there. She claims King employed intimidation tactics to maintain control, leaving her feeling trapped and powerless. These claims have been fiercely denied by King's legal team, who insist the allegations are baseless. But the lawsuit has already cast a long and ominous shadow over King's once pristine public image. For a young man who seemed destined to inherit the throne of his father's empire, these allegations could mark a devastating turning point. And the controversy doesn't end there. King's alleged involvement in these scandals has ignited intense speculation about his position within the Combs empire. Insiders say King was being primed to take over the family business, but his alleged actions could completely derail those plans. Others point to a deeper issue, suggesting that King's behavior highlights a long-standing pattern of entitlement and recklessness that's been allowed to grow unchecked within the family. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. King Combs is no longer just a rising star in the entertainment world. He's now a central figure in one of the most explosive scandals ever to rock the industry. And while King's troubles dominate the headlines, Justin Combs, Diddy's eldest son, is dealing with his own messy issues. Known for his laid-back personality and love of luxury, Justin is finding himself at the center of controversies that could seriously damage his carefully cultivated reputation. The drama began earlier this year when Justin was sued by a luxury car company for failing to make payments on a high-end Bentley he leased in 2022. According to the lawsuit, Justin owes nearly $200,000 in unpaid bills, a jaw-dropping figure for someone who grew up in one of the wealthiest families in entertainment. But the Bentley drama is just the beginning. Behind the scenes, whispers of financial troubles and questionable decisions are painting a troubling picture of Justin's personal and professional life. From failed ventures to mounting legal troubles, it seems like he's struggling to escape the shadow of his family's legacy, and it's starting to catch up with him. Justin has also come under fire for hosting wild parties at rental properties across Los Angeles, leaving behind a trail of chaos that has reportedly made him a nightmare for local real estate agents. One broker alleged that Justin would promise low-key, intimate gatherings, but instead throw massive rages with hundreds of attendees. The aftermath? Broken furniture, trashed interiors, and a reputation so tarnished that securing future rentals has become nearly impossible. While Justin's legal team insists these claims are overblown, the damage to his standing in the industry is hard to ignore. And with his father's vast fortune now entangled in legal battles, Justin might soon face financial hardships he's never experienced before. But it doesn't end there. Justin's situation is further complicated by allegations connecting him to some of the controversies surrounding his father. Insiders suggest that Justin has been mentioned in at least one lawsuit linked to inappropriate behavior at a high-profile event. The anonymous lawsuit claims Justin was present at one of Diddy's infamous gatherings and failed to intervene when things took a dark turn. Although Justin hasn't been formally charged with any misconduct, the mere association is enough to raise serious questions. And with the federal investigation into Diddy's alleged activities still unraveling, there's no telling what new revelations might emerge. The carefully curated image of the Combs family is crumbling, and the cracks are impossible to ignore. Some observers have pointed to the toxic culture of excess that has long been synonymous with the Combs empire, suggesting that the lavish lifestyle was always a ticking time bomb. Others argue that Diddy's mounting legal troubles have triggered a domino effect, dragging his sons into the spotlight and exposing them to a level of scrutiny they were woefully unprepared for. What's especially jarring about this unraveling saga is how it lays bare the darker side of fame and fortune. For years, the Combs family was seen as a beacon of luxury and glamour, but these scandals have stripped away the veneer to reveal a much grittier reality. Beneath the designer wardrobes, private jets, and multi-million-dollar estates lies a tangled web of dysfunction, betrayal, and questionable choices that has brought one of the entertainment industry's most influential families to its knees. While Diddy remains at the center of the storm, the involvement of his sons shines a light on deeper issues within the family. The accusations surrounding King and Justin suggest that the problems aren't limited to one man's actions, but are part of a broader culture that's now unraveling in real time. As the investigation pushes forward, the biggest question looming over the Combs family is, what happens next? Can Diddy's sons salvage their reputations, or will they be pulled under by the weight of their father's scandals? More importantly, how does the family even begin to rebuild in the aftermath of such a colossal public downfall? For now, there are no easy answers. The Combs brothers may have grown up in a world of privilege, but that privilege has come at a staggering cost. With legal battles, allegations, and public scrutiny closing in from all sides, it's clear their journey is far from over. But the fallout from this scandal doesn't stop with the Combs family. The entertainment industry is facing tough questions about how such behavior was allowed to go unchecked for so long. The revelations about the Combs empire have sparked broader discussions about the darker side of fame, power, and influence, and the cost of turning a blind eye for the sake of profit and prestige. Industry insiders have pointed to Diddy's immense influence and power as factors that created an environment where accountability was virtually non-existent. Now, with the truth coming to light, the ripple effects are reaching far beyond the walls of the Combs dynasty. From former collaborators to long-standing associates, anyone tied to Diddy is feeling the heat, and the fallout could have serious consequences for their careers. Even as the legal battles intensify, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. The Combs family will never be the same. The once seemingly unbreakable bond between Diddy and his sons has been strained in ways few families could endure. And while they may still appear united in public, the private toll of these scandals is impossible to ignore. For Christian, Justin, and the rest of the Combs clan, The path forward is filled with uncertainty. Will they rise above the controversy and find a way to rebuild their legacy? Or will the weight of these scandals and their past choices be too much to bear, leaving their empire in ruins? We want to hear your thoughts. Do you think the Combs family can recover? Or is this the beginning of the end for their legacy? Share your opinions in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on the biggest celebrity scandals. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and keep the conversation alive.